Oh, I don't hear it now. Hey, I started to do a video and I think there's construction going on suddenly outside. But it's okay. No big deal. This is the real world. Hello, everybody. You might hear some banging and my apartment might start shaking. Don't be alarmed. It's just men working on the roof. And I say men because I see that they're men. I'm not being sexist. It's men. Cool. Hey, this is my video for today. I'm doing daily vlogs. My name is Kelsie Huff. Thanks for coming back if you've been watching these. Hello if you're new. What we do here is we talk about, weird creative stuff and when you're stuck and when you're not and my ideas about it. And I just like to ramble on. So welcome to my rambling. And I had some questions and I thought they were so good. And one of the questions I want to talk about was day jobs. So as creative folks, a lot of the time, as a lot of us know, you don't get paid. It's a real bummer. So you do have to have a day job. And I have had jobs since the beginning of time. So first of all, I want to say no shame in the day job game. Work those day jobs. Don't feel bad about having a day job. Paying your bills is important. Being independent and living on your own is important to me. When I was in college, oh, there it is, some banging. But it's perfect. You got a job, man, and I appreciate it. I'm not going to complain. He's working it. When I was in college, I had to work the whole time, and I found myself getting a little upset and a little frustrated. Like I couldn't have long-term internships because I needed to pay my own bills. And I wish somebody would have reached out and would have told me, like, that's okay. You will find a way to make it work. And no shame if you are living on a trust fund or if you have your parents' money. Cool, but not all of us do, and that doesn't mean you can't go into the creative field. It is going to be hard. I am not going to lie, but if you love it, you go for it. Okay, Tony Robbins moment over. Let's get into my day job. So I talk about this all the time, but I do come from like super blue collar, like my family were farmers and factory workers and, assistants and, we worked. So work ethic was very important to me. When I was a young kid, I had chores that I didn't get paid for. Real bummer. And I had to pick up sticks and rocks in the yard, which I hated, but I did it. Got a real work ethic sort of drilled into my head, which I really appreciate. And then I worked when I was very, very young as a bus gal at this place called Snooters. It's not there anymore. It was a pizza parlor. Hey, come on. That was dumb. I apologize. That's not how people who make pizza talk, except for if you're like Mario Brothers. This is going off the rails. Yes. And that is where I first got harassed. So that was also good to know. I was like an 11, 12-year-old kid, like totally illegally bussing tables, and all these stupid, gross men were like, oh, working at Snooters, couldn't get a job at Hooters. I'm like, I'm in middle school, you creep. So that was my first experience with that. Fun. And then when I was in high school, I had a job at this tanning salon / beauty parlor, which was really great. It was a lot of fun, actually, except for there was one guy, well, I'll never say your name, but how do I say this politely on the internet? He got aroused often while he was tanning. Gross! Somebody has to clean that up, sir! So that also happened. I don't know why this turned into like a day jobs that also turned into harassment. And then I went to school and I worked at the Writing Center for a while at Columbia College. And then I worked at the Gap. What? Can you see this? Welcome to the Gap! That's the intense face I had. And people were like, whoa. I was a denim expert, fitting room expert, no big deal. And then I also started working overnights. So I would dress the mannequins, the windows, and rearrange the store and all that. And I loved the Gap during college because one, it gave me a paycheck, which I loved, so I could pay my rent. And then I met so many other students and creative, awesome, bonkers people, and they actually, from those connections that I made, gave me other jobs that sort of made me go forward in the career. So I guess what I'm saying is, if you have a day job, use it, work it, know the people that are there are going to be, having their own businesses or doing creative things one day. And I was really glad that I stayed in contact with a lot of those silly weirdos. I also, during college, had an internship that didn't last very long because I was doing overnights, I was going to school full-time, and I also tried to do an internship, which they were so patient with me. It was the theater building, which is now Stage 773. But I taught myself how to sleep at the computer. Like, it was insane. I would just sit there pretending and like I would just black out with my eyes open. Whoa. It was a crazy time. Crazy time. And then from the gap, I had a day job in a mortgage company where I was like an assistant of marketing. And that was a crazy time because that was before, the mortgage companies ruined America. And there was just a lot of young kids with a lot of money, making a lot of money and doing really dumb things. So that was a rough time. But that job actually got me the other job, the day job that I had, which I had for a super long time and I really loved. And that was when I was the marketing director of a mortgage company. And I had some of the coolest bosses where like this gal produced one of my one-woman shows. She was really cool about making all the employees, not just me, but like live their lives outside of this firm, and she was so supportive, and I'm so grateful for that. Now, so those are all the day jobs, and now because I was actually in the mortgage world, I kind of learned how to save. I learned about finances. I never learned about that until then. I don't know why. And then I was able to sort of put away a chunk so I could then ease out of the job and do what I really, really wanted to do, which was comedy and teaching and voiceover work and all the things that I'm doing now. So don't be ashamed of your day job. Because of all of those paths, I kept being creative, kept writing, kept doing the things I loved, and then also used the people around me who happened to be in the day jobs to support me. And I got real lucky. So if you're in a day job that doesn't support you, there are day jobs that are out there that will save money. If you don't like your job, there is always an escape plan. And always follow your dreams, but also you have to pay your bills. You know what I mean? And like, go to the dentist if you can. So I hope that answered your question. I had a day job forever and ever and ever. I actually still do design work for them right now because I never burn bridges. I'm always like, I love you forever. They're probably like, get lost. I'm like, no. Yeah, I think I'll do another video about all the weird acting jobs that I've had because I feel like that's a whole nother separate video. So don't be ashamed of the day job game. If you're a student and you can't afford to do an internship, don't let that stop you from being awesome and amazing. I was a gal who did not have a ton of financial support. I definitely had I had some dead dad money, always end on the dead dad. And then my mom was able to help me out when I did get into a couple plays and I had to need some help. So I definitely had a support system, but I also had to work, to super work. So don't give up, keep on working, and see you tomorrow for the next video. Bye! Oh, the guy stopped working. No.